The hillside villa felt almost too quiet when Ayan pulled the car to a stop. Mira stepped out first, her deep wine-red satin dress catching the moonlight like it was part of the night sky. She laughed softly at the cold breeze brushing her shoulders, the kind of laugh that makes a place feel warmer than it deserves to be. But something about the villa made Ayan glance twice. The windows were dimly lit, yet none of the lights inside seemed steady. Mira slipped her hand into his. "Feels like a painting," she whispered, looking at the old stone walls. Inside, the silence pressed close, not threatening, just too still. Her heels clicked on the wooden floor, echoing longer than they should have, like someone else was walking behind her. Mira spun around, letting her dress flow as she teased him. "Honeymoon cabin. And you're already looking nervous?" He smiled, but his eyes kept drifting toward a corner of the room where the shadows seemed thicker. Nothing moved, yet it felt like something held its breath there. She walked toward him, fingers sliding lightly along his jaw. "That's better," she whispered, kissing him softly. For a moment, the room felt alive with warmth, until a floorboard creaked behind them, slow and heavy, like a step taken by someone who didn't want to be noticed. They froze. Ayan checked the hallway with his phone flashlight. Nothing, just old wallpaper and dust. But Mira leaned closer to him and murmured, "It feels like somebody's watching us." That was when a faint knock echoed from upstairs. Not loud, not hurried, just enough to say, "You're not alone here." They tried laughing it off while unpacking, Mira brushing her hair back, her dress slipping slightly off her shoulder. "You promised a surprise honeymoon," she joked. "Didn't know ghosts came included." Ayan didn't laugh. The villa lights flickered, as if agreeing with her. They stepped onto the balcony for fresh air. The forest around them looked endless, tall, dark, unmoving. But Mira noticed something first. Near the edge of the trees, a figure, barely visible, standing still, watching. Before she could speak, the villa lights behind them clicked off. Ayan pulled her inside, using his phone's flashlight again. The beam caught dust floating slowly in the air, and something else. A handprint on the glass door, fresh, small, not theirs. As they reached the living room, a low sound drifted from the hallway. Not a voice, more like breath passing through teeth. Slow, shaky, too close to human. Mira pressed against Ayan's side, whispering, "Someone's inside with us." Her words trembled, like her body already knew the answer. They moved through the villa cautiously. Her dress brushed the floor, the fabric catching every bit of light. Ayan held her hand tightly, his thumb rubbing circles on her skin to keep her calm. But every door they opened felt colder than the last. The bedroom window was wide open, curtains swaying gently, even though the air felt dead. On the bed, something had been placed neatly in the center. A dried rose, wrapped in old ribbon. Mira frowned. "This wasn't here earlier." Her voice cracked. Ayan reached for the rose, but stopped when a rush of cold air moved past his ear. Not wind, more like breath. He spun around. Nothing. But Mira had stepped back, her hand over her chest. She whispered, almost too softly to hear, "Ayan, someone touched my back." Her eyes filled with fear he had never seen in her before. They rushed back toward the stairs, but halfway down, Mira stopped. She turned her head slightly, like she heard something he didn't. "Mira, come on." She didn't move, her eyes fixed on the darkness at the bottom of the staircase. Her voice thinned to a trembling whisper. "There's someone standing there." Ayan looked. No one. But Mira's nails dug into his arm like she saw what he couldn't. The lights suddenly flicked back on, all at once, and for a split second, Ayan saw a tall, shadow-like figure near the entryway mirror. Not solid, not smoke, something in between. When he blinked, it was gone. Mira was shaking. Ayan, I want to leave. They grabbed their bags and ran for the front door. As Ayan unlocked it, Mira suddenly froze again. Her voice wavered. Did you hear that? He didn't, but she looked pale, staring behind him. Mira, what is it? She lifted a trembling hand and pointed at his shoulder. There's a hand on you. Ayan spun around. Nothing, but he felt the pressure on his skin. They burst outside, racing toward the car. When Ayan opened the door, Mira stopped again, breathing hard. Ayan, wait. Her eyes filled with tears. Why is there a second reflection in the car window when we're only two? Ayan turned slowly. In the glass, beside their reflections, a third shape leaned forward, its face pressed close, watching them with hollow, hungry darkness. The villa door slammed behind them. Blackout.